guys ready?
What's the plan, Bobby?
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always winged it.
We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy?
You ready?
Here we go.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the OG NBA betting show. Got Babano, got Dutchy here with me, and we'll see if Wham Bam wake up. I think, I think he might still be asleep right now, but he might join us. So it's good to be back with y'all. First week, we started off on fire. I didn't end on fire on Friday. Dutchy, I think your flame never went out. What's good with you over there?
The NBA is a hell of a drug. And you're looking at the plug. Yeah, man. Good to be back with the fellas. Babano, Skee, Wham Bam. Man, he tried to smoke with the set, Skee. He tried to smoke with the set. Out. You know, we had to rejuvenate. But yeah, man, it's been a beautiful thing. It really has. Unfortunate with Luka injuries. You know, these ain't out. We got to deal with the bullshit. But we'll fade the fugaziness, and on the way, we shall get paid. 12-2 to start the year. Like a lot today, you know, maybe a lot, maybe not, you know, like enough, we'll say that, to get us to the window and to hopefully have another profitable day.
Babano, how you doing today? You're muted.
Sorry, the screen froze there for a minute. Too many windows open. There we go. Close some of the stuff down. There we go. Yeah, we're good. It's been a good start to the year, although I'm living off the Wednesday and Thursday success. Those first 2 days, I think I went 13-2 or something in the 2 days combined. So first 2 days out of the gate, Wednesday and Thursday, were absolutely fantastic. Friday was more up and down, Saturday up and down, Sunday up and down. But because Wednesday and Thursday were so great, you know, it's still been a very, very good, strong, profitable start to the season. So hoping to keep it rolling. We got a good Monday card to discuss.
All right, let's get to it. A lot of games to talk about. So first up, we'll go Cavs Pistons. Open up -4 for the Cavs, down to 2.5. Total open 233.5, down as low as 230.5. Lonzo looks like he's out. No Garland, no Strus still. Cade is probable. LeVert and Sasser questionable, and then of course no Ivy. So this is the one game where I really don't have any opinion. I know, Babano, you do bet a lot of Cavs games, or at least you did last year. So I'm curious if you'll be rocking with them in this one.
Both teams played yesterday. Both teams won yesterday. Both teams had pretty stressful games when it was all said and done. I mean, Cleveland with the 118-113 win over the Milwaukee Bucks yesterday. They had a good fourth quarter to pull that out, which was good to see. But they had a bad second half. Like, they were up big at halftime and kind of let Milwaukee back into the game. And I know Donovan Mitchell was saying we need to play a little bit better closing out games. We'll see if that follows through. Boston, when you look at it, 119-113 win against Boston yesterday for the Pistons. In that game, they got certainly a pretty good performance from Cunningham. Jalen Duren was really good with 24 points. You start to see the minutes, 36, 37, and 35 from a lot of their better players in that game. I think Cleveland didn't push their starters nearly as much. Because remember, they go 9-10 deep into the bench. So they got Ball and Dean Wade and Craig Porter and Jalen Tyson and Larry Nance coming in off the bench, help keeping them fresher a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But I think Cleveland's the lean here for me, because it sounded like they were a little more frustrated and disappointed with their performance against Milwaukee, even though they won. Whereas Detroit, they gutted it out and they found a way, and it felt like there was a lot more jubilation from the Pistons after their win than the Cavaliers. So maybe the Cavs are just a little bit more dialed in here on a back-to-back. They have dominated Detroit other than the one meeting. Cavaliers have won pretty much every recent game, 9-1 straight up, the last 10 versus Detroit. So not a strong opinion, but I did get in just a few hours ago once the line dropped to 2.5 on a small bet on Cleveland money line -135.
All right, Dutchy, I have a feeling this is one you don't want.
Yeah, you can back with this motherfucker.
There you go.
Is bad for your health.
All right.
All right, next game up. Magic 76ers opened up 3.5. As high as 6 for the Magic on the road. Total open 224.5. As high as 227.5. Mo Wagner out. For the Sixers, Paul George, McCain, Watford, Embiid, Barlow, all out. You know, I'm gonna go back to Babano for this one because I just want to ask about the total. I mean, for one, I don't care that Embiid is. I think that makes the Sixers just, want to run. All those young guys there, Maxey, VJ, I think they'll want to run. And the Magic, you've talked about wanting to play faster. So they play faster in some of these games. They haven't really shot that well. I'm curious if you're in agreement with the market pushing this one up to 227.5.
I have, because I think the pace is just ridiculously skyrocketed up for Orlando and Jamal Mosley's team this year. No doubt about it. I mean, they're playing like 10, 12 possessions more per game, faster per game than last year. That's insane. So you ask yourself, especially when you look at Orlando's last couple games, why has it stayed under the total? Well, poor shooting against Atlanta and Chicago. Pace was there. And the shooting was there their first game against Miami a lot more. And look what we saw in that game, 246. Although Miami is another team that's just, they've gone crazy faster pace under Eric Spoelstra than they have the last couple of years. And again, if you're keeping track of possessions per game stats, you're going to see there's a slew of teams that are playing faster this season so far. And Orlando, as far as the biggest rise in point possessions per game and pace from last year to this year, Orlando's right near the top as a team that's playing, much faster compared to last year than anybody else. So as long as they can shoot a little bit better, and it's not a great Philadelphia team defensively, you'd think the points would flow a lot better here for Orlando tonight. That being said, Philadelphia, we've seen what we've seen from them here these first few games. They've gone over the total. They can score, but like I said, their defense is not the greatest, and they played Boston, of course, starting the year with no Tatum, and then Charlotte was able to just absolutely cook them on Saturday. It was a big game, especially from, I believe, LaMelo Ball had a huge night against the Sixers, 27 points and 8 assists in that win over that game against Philly, even though the Sixers ended up getting the victory. So as long as Orlando shoots the ball better, you're going to get pace. And I think it can get there. So, yeah, I agree with the total move, and I'm on it, over 227.
All right, Dutchy, I'm going to ask you. I mean, the Magic have been very unimpressive, especially with the addition of Desmond Bane. Is this a spot where they can maybe flex on these young Sixers here? I mean, they're young too over there, but how you seeing this one?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Saturated. I like that look with Andre Drummond. I was looking at 8.5 minus 140, a little too juicy. He said over 9.5. Probably better look there. Cashville Recon in the building. Good to see you, my friend. We got Gold Jew in the building. Good to see you. I want to bet Sixers here. There ain't no way in hell I would lay the Magic 6.5. I mean, you can get 6.5 out there. I wouldn't do it. I don't like what I've seen out of Orlando. And you know why? Because I don't like teams that can't shoot. And this team still can't shoot. They went in and paid Baines all that money, traded away all that shit for Desmond Baines. Does they make the team better? Yes. But they give away absolutely an insane amount. Too much? Absolutely. But in today's day and age, Desmond Baines a cool role player. He's solid, but obviously you can see. I mean, he's not doing that much different. The whole team, they just don't have a shooter. When you watch them play, they can't space. They can't space the fucking court. Banchero's solid. Wagner's solid. At the end of the day, though, they just can't shoot the fucking ball. They're like, what? They shoot 28% from three-point line. Damn near dead last in the NBA. On the other side, I know it's a short sample size, but when you watch them, I mean, there's nobody confident shooting the three-point line. And then on the other side, you got Philadelphia in 2 games shoot 43% from the three-point line. So they're more than confident shooting early. And I want to bet Philadelphia. I do, but what I will do is I will bet Maxey. That's right, Maxey's the beast. Tyrese Maxey. We cashed on him an awful lot last year. He had 40 game one against Boston, 28, kind of cruise control against Charlotte, and B started off real hot. Still finished with 28, over 28.5 plus 105. It's good money, man. He's gonna run these boys. You guys expect the up and down. I expect Maxey to pretty much be the only thing outside of Edgecombe to really score. They do have Oubre, but it's going to be ball in hand and whatever. He can shoot the ball as many times as he fucking wants. It's he's got the ultra green light. So Tyreek Maxey over 28.5 plus 105. Like it.
Yeah, no Orlando for me, Skee, just to answer about the side. 0-3 against the spread till I see, them cohesion, cover a number. I'm not betting Orlando till that happens.
I feel you on that. They gotta show us first. Yeah, he says AI Dutch.
This is I don't gotta fucking do other shit Dutch. This is Medicaid Monday Dutch. All day. You know what I mean?
Hey, Miss Hound. Good to see you.
Aloha, Miss Hound. Good to see you, young lady.
Hey, I would just ask you, Dutch. Man, I mean, I hear you on the shooting part for Orlando, but how much paint protection do the Sixers have? Are they gonna have to shoot even tonight? Like,
I mean, I get what you're saying, but Orlando's not a team that I'm comfortable laying a number with, especially on the road.
fair. So it just boils down to, they got to show us first, like Babano
They got to show me first, but I will say this: I would lay it with Orlando before I take Philadelphia, but I'm not gonna.
All right, let's keep it going to the next one. That is Atlanta and Chicago. Opened up -1 for Atlanta. I see a -2 or 2.5. The total though skyrocketed. 238.5 was the opener. I see 243. And I mean, you already talked about it a little bit before we started, Babano. So are you part of this big move to the over?
Yes, I am. I think it's a lot of points. Now I know they've been without Kobe White. That's does hurt the Bulls offensively, and they played 2 unders actually this year. But Atlanta, I've watched Atlanta multiple times. They are just playing extremely fast. They are turning it over a lot. They are still scoring a bunch of points. I don't think their defense has been great. They've struggled at that end of the court. Raptors shredded them the first game. They caught Orlando, I believe, on a back-to-back when they beat the Magic. And then, of course, they struggled with Oklahoma City on Saturday in that game. So, again, their defense is still a lot of room for improvement when it comes to the defensive end of the basketball court. They're also banged up a bit. Porzingis has been ailing early in the season. He's got an illness, although it looks like he might play at this point in time. Looks like he was on the shoot around this morning. Jalen Johnson looks like he's playing. Same thing with Zachary Risache. All 3 of those guys were questionable. I think they're all going to play. That's probably why the numbers ticked up a little bit toward Atlanta. Meanwhile, for Chicago, Josh Giddey with the finger injury questionable. Zach Collins out, Kobe White out. But I ain't laying 2 with Atlanta on the road. That's just not something I'm comfortable doing here in this game. So I'm on the Bulls here at +2. I like the over though more. That's the preferred bet for me.
Shout out to my guy Razor in the chat. Appreciate you tapping in as well. Babano says he likes the over as his preferred bet in this one. Dutchy, I don't know. I don't know. You might surprise me with this one. What you got in Hawks and Bulls?
Big shout out to my guy, Razor Sharp Picks. What is he? He's on the Pistons 2.5. Makes the Pistons
that's the game of his first glance today.
Yeah.
Pistons. Okay.
They get it out of the Razors' heads this morning too. So shout out to my guy. What game we talking about again, Skee? My fault.
Hawks, Bulls, Atlanta, Chicago.
That's a backwood.
You know what? I do want to bet the Bulls here, but I'm not betting without Giddey. I want to bet him, but Giddey. No, they're already without White. Giddey's questionable here. And my car's already kind of like, I'm like, damn, how many ugly bitches am I going to let with me in the club, And the Bulls are one of them. But the Bulls will look pretty good. They impressed me against Orlando. And then we know they look really good against Detroit. So I'm with Babano. I just need Giddey out there because I think he elevates everyone else's game. I like the Bulls roster a little bit. Donovan's got them bought in, I think. They play team basketball. Anybody can give you, it don't matter who's going to give you 25, 30. They're just trying to get out of there and compete. So I think Bulls are sleepy in this here. I kind of like them. And, I don't trust Atlanta, especially on the road. So Bulls are nothing here and waiting for a Giddey update.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Man, I was with saturated on this one. I like Trey Jones' assist, but it just was too juiced. Like, it went from 5.5 to 6.5, still juice, and that's the only reason I didn't bet it. But He definitely should be. He's dishing over there, so I think he continues. I don't really care about the side in this one, honestly. All right, we can keep going down the list. Nets and Rockets. This one opened up 13.5, looks like 15.5 now, and the total came down from 227.5 to 224.5. For Houston, Dorian Finney-Smith, he's out. We know Fred VanVleet is out. For Brooklyn, Williams, Highsmith, Demon are all out. The Nets played yesterday, and they had to travel now, face a Rockets team who sat 2 days, are off 2 L's, and Brooklyn's looking like a nice punching bag in my eyes. Man, I'm looking for our guy, Mr. Later Wood, man. This looked like his spot right here. I'm thinking 15.5, you still could be able to lay it in this game. Either that or Rockets just win with defense and, either you're betting Nets team total under or the under or something like that. Dutchie, any thoughts here on Rockets and Nets?
A big shout out to our guy Drewski in the building. Good to see you. We got Just Brando in the building. Nucky Green, good to see you, my man. This game, get the fuck out of here. Rock, you keep wanting to bet these Rockets, man. I'm telling you, bro. Just because they look good getting up the bus don't mean they good. Laying 16? Get the fuck out of here. You couldn't pay me to do that shit. Hell no. Get this game the fuck out of here. Back with this bitch.
Is bad for your health.
So here's the thing with this game. Brooklyn last year against Houston, 2-0 straight up and against the spread versus Houston. Beat them twice outright as big underdogs. 9-point dogs at home, 12.5-point dogs at Houston. Brooklyn beat them outright twice. Brooklyn has, in fact, won 8 of the last 10 versus Houston as well. But last year won outright as dogs twice against the Houston Rockets. I can't lay this many. I just can't. Even though everything says it's a great Rocket spot, Brooklyn can be a feisty team. And we saw that against San Antonio, even in that game that right in it against a Spurs team that we all like to be much improved this year. It's just a few too many points and an opponent that for whatever reason the Rockets have had their issues with. So it's a pass for me.
Man, need our guy Nets bets in here, man. He ain't scared, man. I know he would be on the Rockets in that game. Celtics and Pelicans opened up -2.5 for the Pelicans, -2 for the Celtics now. Total, not a whole lot of movement. Actually, no. I mean, I guess it opened 231.5. Earlier it was 233.5, but it's back down to 231.5. And I'm assuming Jaylen Brown must have just been ruled in or something. So I'll just say this. On this game, I don't really see anybody stopping Zion if he does play because he was questionable. But I guess it's too many questionables for me. So I will back with this game, actually.
Is bad for your health.
Anybody want a piece of this one?
Yeah, I will take a piece of this one. I think I'm definitely looking at New Orleans in some form. I don't trust the Boston Celtics here with the 0-3 straight up 0-3 against the spread start. New Orleans is winless too. It's not like New Orleans has played all that good either. But Memphis and San Antonio, solid opposition here in their first couple of games. Detroit and New York, Boston played two pretty good teams. Did lose to Philly though as a 6-point favorite in their first game. Home game for New Orleans too, and you factor in the rest advantage as well that we've got here. New Orleans has been off for 2 days since Friday. Boston's coming in here on a back-to-back after a grueling game against Detroit. I think the situationals scream New Orleans here, and I know that they're struggling too, 0-2, and Brown looks like he's going to, it's game management is what they're saying. There's some sites that still have him questionable, but I think New Orleans is worth it just based on the situationals alone here in this game. I also think this total could find its way over. I think over's in play here at 233.5 as well.
You like him even if Zion doesn't play?
I think I will, just based on the situationals. This early in the season, coming off a game like that against Detroit. It's also the fact they're 0-3 against the spread. in a bad situational spot. Rest advantage for the Pelicans. Team that hasn't covered yet. I don't mind taking the Pelicans against that.
All right, next game up. Oh, my bad, Dutch.
Yeah, I like the
You need Dutch's
Pelicanos, but I need Zion out there. They're already a little bit banged up. Missing Murray, obviously, and missing Looney. No Zion, no bueno for me. So if he goes, I was expecting Jalen to play either way. His ass is. You seen Jalen Brown's a fool, man. But yeah, I think the Pelicans. This is everything Bobano says. I second, and if Zion's out there, I'll be on the Pelicanos, and I want to take them first half just because I don't trust these motherfuckers. But situational, the full game makes more sense. So I do believe this has to be a full game play.
All right, fair enough. I need the injury report to come out before I think about doing anything. Raptors and San Antonio, not a whole lot of movement on the spread, not a whole lot of movement on the total. Nobody on the injury report for Toronto. For the Spurs, Waters, Sohan, Cornette, Fox, all out. Olynyk is questionable. Both of these teams are on the back-to-back. Spurs, though, looks like no travel for them. So I do like this Raptors team as a dog, Babano. I think I figured I don't really want to expect them to win all the time, like if they're a favorite or, but catching points, I like to think about it. But this Spurs team, man, I like everybody on that roster. Wemby, he looks so dominant at the house for the short number. It's hard for me to see anything other than Spurs. Do you like the Raptors in this one?
I'm not betting the game. It's a very interesting game. I don't love the spot for the Raptors after they played in Dallas, and they burned me for the first time. Actually, twice in a row now they burned me because I took them against Milwaukee, but I took them against Dallas last night, and that was disappointing. They did not play well in that game, and Dallas was vulnerable. Dallas had gotten off to a bit of a slow start. Now they're on a back-to-back against this, and I have no intentions of stepping in front of the San Antonio. I've got them over their win total. I've got them to win the division as a longer shot, make the playoff prop. We're invested quite well in San Antonio. I'm invested in both of these teams, quite honestly. I'm pro Toronto opinion coming into the season too, but I'm really pro San Antonio as well. Wemby's playing like an MVP candidate right now. Seriously, like you better start thinking about if you haven't already taken him to win MVP. You better start thinking about it because that price is only going to get worse. If he's going to keep playing the way he has here in these first couple of games. None of the injuries are a big deal for San Antonio just because they've won all these games. They've so far this season without De'Aaron Fox, without Jeremy Sohan. They haven't played yet. They've still been able to get the job done. They play excellent defense. Of course, when you got Victor Wembanyama, protecting the paint and the rim, it's pretty easy to play good defense, especially inside. The Spurs are playing great. Back-to-back for the Raptors. Two teams I'd rather bet on than bet against. Good game to watch. Pass for me betting-wise.
Man, Charles nailed it, man. Sounding exotic.
Very exotic. It's worth it. These are two interesting teams. I think both of them are going to have better seasons this year.
Super exotic on that one. Dutchie, is Wemby just too much or what?
Yeah, man, I'm a little, I guess with Cornette and Olynyk being ruled out, to drop this line 4.5. So obviously, I got the 5.5 on the essay, man. I think it's San Antonio. There's levels to this shit, man. There's levels to this shit. And the Toronto Raptors are not on the San Antonio Spurs level, in my opinion. Wemby is all world. I like their bench. Dylan Harper is playing out of his fucking mind. I like their swagness. He's as a rookie coming in and just changing the game. I just like him, man. They got Keldon Johnson. I like Vassell. I like Castle. I like Keldon Johnson. Everything about them in the fact that they're well coached and they're all hungry out to play, led by Wembanyama, who's just a fucking baller, man. He wants to win. He wants to get better, and he cares about basketball. So I think we should take advantage of it, really. And when I look from the other side of it, Toronto Raptors, I didn't like what I've seen against Milwaukee. Watched the whole game. They can't shoot the fucking ball. Outside of Grady Dick, who do you want shooting the ball? B.I. can get you buckets. Scotty Barnes can play basketball. He's a hooper. He ain't no shooter. And B.I., you don't really want him shooting threes either. At the end of the day, they cannot spread the court. Their bench is light as can be. So can they keep it competitive for maybe 2 quarters, 2.5 quarters? Probably. Maybe. but San Antonio should run them out the gym in full 4 quarters. Too deep, too good, too just well coached. San Antonio, I think, honestly, is just here. Toronto's here. That bench is too light to compete with the likes of San Antonio. And I'm really high on San Antonio. I said it before on Tuesday last week. This team is better than the Dallas Mavericks. They went in there and smacked them. And it was just one game, but in my opinion, they're clearly better. And we still don't even have De'Aaron Fox, the head of the point guard out here. So San Antonio -5.5, -4.5 is good money, man. I really like them to pretty much smack the Toronto Raptors around. In a nice spot as well. They were kind of in cruise control against Brooklyn second there. Somebody said overtime back-to-back for San Antonio. They didn't go to overtime. They were in cruise control against Brooklyn.
Shout out to Razor. He gifted 5 memberships. He says, support the squad, bless the action, let's have a night. Appreciate you, Razor.
Shout out to Razor.
And,
great guy.
I'm gonna send out, whatever I do play to my members tonight. Last time I did it, we had a 7-3 night. So let's see if we can make some magic happen again here tonight. Appreciate you, Razor, 100%. All right, next game. Thunder and Mavs. I mean, open 7.5 for OKC, up to 9. Total coming down though from 228.5 to 226.5. I mean, put them together, and I think that is what I feel most confident in. I mean, I do trust Dallas to play some defense, but I don't know. More than anything, it's like I trust both teams defensively. I don't trust Dallas's offense. So I guess it's full game under or Mavs team total under for me. Babano, what you think about that?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Dallas team total under. On a back-to-back after – look, let's not kid ourselves. Before it beat Toronto last night, that team was not shooting well and not scoring the basketball all that well. Last night, the ball was falling. They were making their shots. There's some uncharacteristic three-point performances last night from a couple of the Mavs. I don't think that's going to continue here. Second night of a back-to-back against, obviously, when they're locked in defensively, Oklahoma City can be as good as it gets. And there's a lot of injuries. Derek Lively is now downgraded to doubtful. He got banged up in the game last night. So already going to be thin in the front court. They're already talking about maybe, AD having to play more of a center role and have to play a little bit more small ball around him here tonight in this matchup. And that could be death against Oklahoma City. Who can obviously want to push at pace, get out and run, force those turnovers. Ball handling could be a concern. That being said, Oklahoma City is a team I came into the season. I think they could be overvalued. They are 1-2 against the spread. They didn't cover against Houston. They didn't cover against Indiana. They did against Atlanta, but even that game was a struggle at the very beginning. They're not a team I'm running to take early in the year, the Thunder. And we're starting to see that maybe they're not going to be that point spread juggernaut they've been the last 2 years. But I think there's a tough spot and a tough matchup for the Mavs. I'd still lean Thunder for this one matchup. I think the Thunder or the Mavs team total under could be a good way to go about it.
All right, Dutchie? You muted. I guess he said backwood.
Is bad for your health.
My bad. I couldn't see the screen when I said Dutchie. All right. Next game, we're looking at Suns and Jazz. Flip of favorites, open -2 for Phoenix. Now Suns -1 or 1.5. Total came down 3 points from the opener to 230.5. As far as who's available, Dylan Brooks is still questionable. Jalen Green out. Collier, Niang both out for Utah. I want to try to back Utah at home this year, but I don't know how many times as favorites. I think I like the bigs for Utah. I think they can take advantage of that versus Phoenix. It's either Utah, Keontae George assist, or Walter Clayton Jr. PRA. I like all of those. So, Dutch, I don't think you want to touch this one, but I'll ask. All right.
There you go.
I'm going to play the jingle one more time just because I want
Is bad for your health.
I have something on this game. I think that I did not expect much from Phoenix or Utah coming into the season. I think a lot of people weren't expecting much from Phoenix or Utah. Now it's early. There's only a small game sample size, but I think there's a chance Utah could be maybe a little bit better than people think, and maybe Phoenix not so much. And then you factor in how Utah, even last year, they were pretty competitive, pretty feisty, pretty good at home. We already saw them just smack down the geriatrics club known as the LA Clippers last week at home. Just destroyed them start to finish. The game was over in the first half. Utah beat them so senseless, 129-108 in that game. They've lost to Sacramento, 105-104 on Friday. After that, but they've had 2 days off. They have the rest advantage. Phoenix had to play back-to-back. Clippers, they got blown out. Denver, they got blown out as well. Struggled in both of those games. I think you're right about the front court having an advantage here for Utah in the low post in this matchup around the rim. Dunn and Iguodaro, I think, are going to have their hands full with Markkanen, with Walker Kessler, Filipowski, guys like that in the paint. So I like Utah here. I know not often am I going to want to back them laying points, but this is a beatable Phoenix team. It's not like this is, an upper echelon opponent here tonight. I'm on Utah here, money line, -115.
All right. Next game, Nuggets and T-Wolves. No Ant, and of course we'll see a change of spreads. I see the opener as a pick 'em. Now Dallas is laying 6.5. Total came down from 232. I'm seeing 229, 229.5. I mean, it makes sense. No Anthony Edwards, a lot less offense for this Minnesota team. But Denver's games have been flying over the total so far this season. So another total question. I'm gonna ask you here, Babano. Are you in agreement with the market moving it down with Anthony Edwards out? And is that enough to keep a Denver game under the total?
Well, that's the big question, right, with Denver, because we know so far what we've seen out of the Nuggets this season here in the early going is a ton of points. Both of their games go over the total. But Minnesota, without Anthony Edwards, they take a hit. I don't think they're going to want to run and gun here with the Denver Nuggets. So put it this way, there's only one way I'm betting a Denver game, and that's over. I just don't know if this is the matchup, the spot to do it, especially with no Edwards on the Minnesota side. Minnesota has owned Denver, if you really look at it. I mean, you go all the way back to the playoff series they won, in May of 2024. Last year in the regular season, they went 4-0 straight up, and 4-0 straight up. Minnesota did against Denver. Pretty impressive stuff. I'm telling you what, I think they've overreacted to Edwards being out. Personally, I mean, 6.5 with how Minnesota has played Denver in recent meetings, in recent years. This was a no play initially, but now we're at a point with 6.5s now out there. Minnesota at home. You know how often this league works, and I know Denver's fully healthy. Everybody's healthy. There's not a single name on the injury report, which is almost like a miracle these days in the NBA. But how many times do we see when you don't have the player in the lineup, especially the first time everyone else steps up? I think it's getting a little out of hand, the movement, this number being where it is. So I'm tempted to maybe take a small shot with Minnesota, but other than that, not going to be involved too much in this game.
Dutchie?
Yeah, man, I'm kind of with Bobano there. Player out, everyone steps up. I would look more toward like DiVincenzo, but probably the Julius Randle over 23.5 is probably the best look here in this game. Coming off a 31 point. They did play yesterday. And if I think you like Minnesota, I think you like Minnesota early. Maybe Denver kind of sleepwalk with no Ant being out there, and then they could flip the switch at any time. So I look Minnesota first half, Julius Randle points.
All right, Grizzlies and Warriors. Not a whole lot of movement on the spread. The total did go up a little bit from 237 to 239.5. As far as the injuries, for Memphis, Brandon Clark, Zach Edey, Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen Jr., Vince Williams, all out. For the Warriors, no Melton, no Horford. Again, I mean, I'm going to go to Babeno because no Horford and then more Kuminga just makes me think more pace, more running. And I already think the Grizzlies want to run. And the Warriors like
top 7, top 8 in pace this year, Memphis already. No doubt about that.
So I don't know. I could only look towards the over. Is that where you're looking as well?
I am a little bit on the Grizzlies too, just because Memphis has given Golden State some fits over the year, and I know Golden State's looked awesome. There's no denying that. You documented it right off the hop, I think, on our very first show, the record with Curry and Butler together for Golden State, and it's been absolutely terrific. But now we're talking 8.5 point favorites. Bigger number to have to lay for this Golden State team. And again, they are coming off that beat down against Portland. It was a brutal spot. Right, they had that extend themselves game against Denver. They beat the Lakers as well, and then they had that tough, spot on a back-to-back going to Portland, and they just fell flat in that game. So they've been off since then. They'll be looking to bounce back. But like I said, as far as you look at head-to-head matchups are concerned here, especially the games in Golden State, Golden State won by 5, won by 8, and won by 5. The last 3 times they've hosted Memphis. So it's been, mildly competitive games. I do think it's a few too many points in this spot for Golden State to be laying 8.5. So I'm on Memphis plus the 8.5 here in this game. It looks like from a Grizzlies standpoint, Ty Jerome, Zach Edey, Brandon Clark out, everyone else still available. And as you mentioned, Horford, Melton, and Alex Toohey out for Golden State. But I'm with you as far as the total. I think over 239 is the way to go.
Dutchy, can you get involved with the Warriors here?
Nah, this one's a little bit. I honestly I'm bet on Grizzlies. I'm betting on the Warriors or nothing really. I'm not looking to fade the Warriors until the injuries come. So they could probably pick their number here, but I'm not really trying to lay this type of number.
All right, fair enough. We'll go over to the last game. For myself, that one over Warriors for me. Last but not least, Blazers at Lakers opened up. Pick 'em. See the Blazers minus 2.5. Total open 222, and it looks like 226.5 now. Yeah, you took that ugly Broncos shit off. I know you put this on for a reason right here. Go ahead and tell us why the Blazers gonna whoop on the Lakers tonight.
Yeah,
you can get your AR hate off now.
Nah, man. Hey, man, if you follow me on Twitter,
Yesterday.
The AR-15 over 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists, right? Austin, right? Motherfucking AR-51. I got the tweet. I was like, hey, my man, we seen it coming. The right was on the wall, but unfortunately, they had a lot to do with the opponent. You know what I mean? I think everybody was eating yesterday. And in Sacramento, I mean, Rui looked good. I mean, DA looked like prime DA, right? Like back in Phoenix. Like CP3 was setting his ass up. I mean, come on, man. These motherfuckers got 9 basketball. I think we might see Bronny tonight. And if we see Bronny, it's trouble. I mean, Gabe Vincent got the boot on. They only suited up 9 last night. And everybody played. I mean, Austin played 40 minutes. Rui played 40 minutes. Nobody played more than 34 minutes for the Blazers last night in LA, so no travel. And I just think, the Blazers, I talked about it. I'm really high on this roster. I'm really high on this roster. And going into LA, anybody, you're going to get the best. Now you get them off a loss. I just think, man, they got Drew out there to really disrupt Austin. And this is going to be a tired basketball team. This is a tired basketball team. I know it's early. They played a tough. They're up and down the court last night versus Sacramento night. I know it's a short travel, but still got to travel back to LA. And they had a good time last night. No Luka, no LeBron. And Austin goes for 51, 10 and 9. And the whole damn team played better without Luka, right? Let's just be honest. The whole team all played better. So I just don't think it's going to carry over tonight. A lot of Laker love probably will come in late. And you're going to get a Portland Trailblazer team who's going to be pissed off that they got smacked in the mouth by the Clippers last night. You're going to get the best game when they see the Lakers, like everyone does. And I look for Drew to have a big game. Look for Shaedon Sharpe to have a big game. I like Denny. I like this basketball team. I like to have Robert Williams out there. But outside of DA, they don't really have any bigs to worry about. So short-handed Laker team, a tired basketball team, and the Portland Trailblazers will take advantage of them. -2.5, rip motherfucking city. It's good money.
Another thing for the Blazers, they didn't have to travel. I know it's a back-to-back, but they played the Clippers. They didn't have to go anywhere. Lakers,
they stay in the city.
Yeah,
They stay in
the
LA
Lakers.
because they played the Clippers. Yep, same building.
Lakers slight travel from Sacramento
Yeah.
down
We're
back
not same
home.
building. No.
No,
They
no, we
got
got
they
to
got the
kick them
fuck out of
motherfuckers out.
Sacramento with
Yeah,
quickness.
Yeah.
They said, "Look, get the fuck out of here, please, man. Why the hell we even here? Why the hell Sacramento even got a team? I don't know.
Drew Holiday getting some love in the chat too. He is from
Yeah.
LA area.
He's from
He
UCLA,
could.
you know, he's from the area,
Let's
and
give this team credit for the professionalism. You know, this Chauncey Billups shit going down with the gambling arrest, and yet the 2 games they played since that went down, you know, they beat the hell out of Golden State, and they gave the Clippers everything they could handle in a tough spot. So
I
that
like
clearly
this,
has,
man. Yeah, for sure. Tiago Splitter has definitely got the boys playing after what's going on.
people say he's got the chops to be a head coach in the NBA. Tiago Splitter. Everyone's saying good things. Well, remember he played under Pop in San Antonio years ago. So good guy.
He never was the most athletic guy,
Yeah.
so you know he's got to know the game, right?
Yeah.
Obviously being fucking 6'7" or 11 is gonna help, but yeah, I like the Blazers tonight, man.
Yeah, I second that.
I want to go on Austin. I don't got the balls to do it, but believe me, I almost did. I want to bet the under points, rebounds, and assists on Austin tonight because Drew go all up in that ass tonight. Yeah, man. Ain't no white man can't jump to. Ain't no Billy Hoyle tonight, bro. Austin Reeves gonna get clamped. Tonight.
Fabano, what you got?
Yeah, I second that with Dutch. I'm on Portland. You know, I was back and forth on it, but I'm on them on the just took the money line rather than the 2.5 minus 135 Blazers money line. You look at it, I like what I'm seeing. There's some good chemistry, good early season energy from them. I think for the Lakers, you know, winning at Sacramento and now the travel situation and Portland rested, you know, and playing in the same city, not having to travel is a big difference maker for them. And like I said, I think this Blazers team right now, they're playing really good, better than I expected offensively too, which has been good to see. They got Donovan Clingan, who of course the champion center under UConn, Dan Hurley in the college ranks. Denny Althea has been a nice offensive addition. Shaden Sharp's playing well. You know what's funny is they don't even have Scoot Henderson either, and when they get him back, you know, he'll give them a little bit more pop as well, this Portland team. But I like them in this spot here. I think they can win here in LA. Tricky situation for the Lakers. I agree with the total up as well. Lakers, telling you what, here we go again with LA. Their games kind of going over the total. Defense still a bit suspect. Portland is another of these teams, Skee. Remember, I posted that link in our group chat with the possessions per game. Portland was averaging 102.9 possessions per game last year. So far this season, they're averaging 109.6 possessions per game. We're talking like 7 possessions per game faster so far this year, pace-wise, Portland. So total would be over or pass for me.
All right. That looks like the NBA card for today. Yeah. All right, let's move it over to best bets. Man, we're going to you first here, Babano. No wham bam today. That means you're first batter up. So let the people know how to get to the window.
First time this season, Tribe Called Quest is on the show. We got the Jazz. Give me the Utah Jazz, minus 115 money line. I like the matchup against Phoenix. I like that they're at home where they played very well over the years, competitive. They beat the shit out of the Clippers. Their one and only home game last week to start the season. I think they take care of business here against Phoenix. Utah, minus 115 for my best bet.
All right, good stuff from Babano. I haven't placed a bet, but I like what the dudes are selling on the last play, and I ain't stealing my guy Dutchy's thunder. So, a lot of new members today. I'm gonna send all of my plays to the members today. Sorry, I don't have a bet prepared for the show. I just don't like to give you guys what I haven't already played. But I like what Dutch is about to talk about. I already know. You don't got to tell me. Dutch, let me know what the freshest look of the day is, and take us home.
We are on the Blazers, but the freshest look of the motherfucking day. Break out the tequila, break out the churros. That's right, we're going to the SA, baby. San Antonio Spurs, minus 4.5. Should I bet the 5.5? I'll take the 4.5 too. It's good motherfucking money. Believe it. Wembyana, Mr. Hey, yo, Victor. That's what this motherfucker is. Because when you see him, you're like, yo, look at Victor. This motherfucker is insane. From top to bottom, San Antonio is a better basketball team. They'll show it tonight, early and often. Let's go to the motherfucking window. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Axon Jackson, Star Child, Saturated, our girl KC, Ron Crawford, Mr. Spreadsheet, Warriors -8. I see you, my dude. Everybody be sure to like, subscribe, share the motherfucking video. Now stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.
You guys ready?
It's the plan, Bobby.
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always winged it.
You're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy?
You ready?